Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Hey.
Midas and Holquin gladly, proudly bring to you another episode of Dadpod. Say hello.
Hey, that was like a mix between like a circus intro almost.
That's Degeneration X, my friend.
Ooh,
that's Degeneration
what?
X.
See, that's
for
how
the thousands.
Man,
remember when you say,
oh my gosh, dude.
And the millions.
That's all like
home.
Peacock or something, right? Like you can watch all those. Is that what it is?
Oh, I just
anyway,
Facebook.
Anyway,
I love my Facebook because it's all like just wrestling, Stone Cold. Because it's just they feed you what you like. So I only like what I really like.
Yeah. See, I was just talking about
that. It's wrestling.
Because Instagram got
Madden. A bunch of quotes from Dad Patrol and crap like that.
I don't think I use.
Not even being cliche.
I know, right? Dadpod, Dad Patrol.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
I mean, I guess for the moment, right there, like everybody, kids going back to school, right, or already back to school, right? Like
yes, well, as of today, Monday the 15th.
My days meshed together.
Today was the official first day back to school.
I was at work already.
I don't remember anybody. I have like 75 years still. I don't remember any. I know. Actually, I'm lying. I do. I have a couple. Actually, I have a couple little relatives. You know, in my class now.
That probably gets hard, but it's kind of similar. Like when I've coached or something, it's like at some point you remember the name. You know?
Oh, no, I'll have them all memorized by
but I know
Halloween.
What you mean.
Give me the Halloween.
But like, I said, I wasn't here, today getting my kids ready for school. But on an overall basis of the whole process of school shopping, the clothes, and my son right now is really into like he'd be like swag, right? And then my daughter is like I'm sure you've seen like maybe too. It's kind of gone back to 70s styles, like the bell bottoms and high waist, right? But it's like so we're out of town and like she make me stop like those ones, like I mean I had to stop those ones, and it was like, and so I'm like, what size you wear? And she was like, I don't remember, 0-1. And I'm like, these are size 5. She's like, yeah, but I got a belt. I'm like, wolf sign, find you some bell bottoms. Okay, don't worry about it. Like, wrong size. That's how bad she wanted them. But like that, like was it like similar? Was your daughter
my goodness.
That kind of vibe?
What it is, this is what's getting crazy.
Yeah.
We bought just 2 pairs of shoes. I'm not spending that kind of money on myself.
The money, straight up.
And like, overall,
straight up.
She's happy she's got what she wants, but the clothes. But like you said about the style, that's what I want to talk. And I don't want to call it their thing. What are they? Gen Z, right? Or what are they?
I don't even know, man.
But whatever.
I stopped following up.
I mean, the last trend is what we had. 90s kids. We were the last ones to have an invented trend. Okay. We had the hip hop trend. They had the rock trend, blew up from the 80s.
Okay. I see
what I'm talking about? The Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
They're from, not from our, even before our childhood.
I see what you're saying.
So what they are, what this new generation is, you know what they are? They're the biggest mix of all generations, because they don't have their own thing.
Yeah.
So they are just taking it back and going through the timeline and saying, guess what?
Well, we did too.
We're in 70s. Have you seen Stranger Things?
We had some of that.
Like I want to wear that type of crap.
We had some of that. We had a little bit of that, like in high school, where we took from a different generation. But I really would like to look into that. That's a very interesting subject of being raised, like generational, like the different generations, like not just clothes, but definitely like we said with the other one, the suck it up mentality. Yeah. Like that's a solid, like that's an interesting one for me, like that. Just the generation, the way it's different, the way everybody.
Well, the thing about being a parent today is that we're raising our kids, and the internet's also trying to raise our kids too.
Definitely.
And
that's where you're supposed to control.
Yeah.
You gotta not just the parental controls, but it's been a long time. Get off.
I haven't shown my daughter no style. Her mom is all about style, so that's probably where she kind of gets it from. But I was like, it's I don't know. It gets to a point where you're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. But no, she was freaking out because she was like, kill me. Like last night. Ready for school, twins are tripping, twins are excited, outfits picked. I already had my outfit ironed and everything. I never really and so I was even extra excited. And then she's like, kill me. I was like, why? You're in 8th grade now. Come on, now you're a big dog. Enjoy it. Because as I was getting next year, you're going to be back to the real stuff's going to happen. 7 classes.
Straight up.
Bye-bye to elementary.
It sucks, right? Because like on that conversation, like we got to do that in middle school. They do it a little bit like right here at Ruth Brown.
Yeah,
but it's only like 3 or 4.
It doesn't work when you see kindergarten.
No, yeah, and that's what I mean. Like
when you see the mini jungle gym every day.
That was the start.
You're not in middle school.
Yeah, like with my daughter, for instance, like. It's not the same, you know, like
traumatizing.
Well, like middle school, I'd come home from middle school because we got a little bit earlier still. Then I still come and get my sister from the other school.
Yeah,
because she was in elementary. But it was like I left school and come and pick her up on the way.
6
But like my daughter, she go from her class and go meet me by the tree. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not the same. You're right.
Mine, we have a pickup spot.
It's not the same preparation.
She's at Applebee. We pick them up on that new street on that dirt area. I pick her, and she'll come lugging her twins like this. It's hot, and she'll come in like this, blast it. Why is this air not on?
It's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah.
Oh my! And I'm just looking like, if you weren't wearing a black hoodie every day of your life, you know. But no, it's so funny.
Terrible.
It's so funny. But yeah, she was freaking out about going to school, and I just told her, I was like, you just that's the way it feels. Once you get comfortable, you'll be fine.
Definitely.
She's like, oh yeah, I'll be fine.
First day.
You know, first day. But like, what do you remember the most about your first day of school?
You know,
about any of the first days you've ever had?
Like, okay, I had different areas in my childhood, right? I had the little short, fat kid, everybody making fun of me, so I had to worry about what I was wearing. Couldn't be spot, which is crazy. We was talking about this. Like that's me and Sam, maybe me and Shields, or you, maybe all collective us. But we was talking about
fat, chunky kids with glasses and spiky hair.
Well, that was me.
Oh
my gosh, I had the spiky hair too. But no, it was about I had the blonde tips with the spiky hair.
I just put that picture of you back in.
But I was like, I was just telling somebody this the other day. I said, man, you know what? I had this really nice. You probably remember it. It was a dress shirt, short sleeve, but it was Spider-Man, and it was a nice dope dress. But man,
and I got with those red shoes.
Oh, those shoes were fresh. Got them at $25 at Marshall's because the seam was a little twist. Anyway, where are we going on shoes? But they matched, bro, with my Spider-Man shirt. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're like, now it's okay to wear stuff like that. But I swear I got made fun of. But anyway, my first day of school back then was a real big deal because that's what I'm saying. When I was younger, it was more like, man, I'm real particular. I'm nervous because I don't want people to make fun of me. But like when I got older, right, like, and you seen, I started, man, I'm wearing this dress shirt. I'm trying to look nicer. You know, then people started following my trend because I wasn't trying to follow them. And that's what it was. You
know another thing that they have? They don't have no Kmart. So they have to be taken out of town to buy clothes. Actually, I'll never forget. After 9/11, after 9/11, Kmart had all the American flag shirts, all that. Guess who was patriotic that year? My school picture, American flag shirt. My next school picture, bald eagle with the American flag on it. And I was just like, oh my God, I got like 7 of these shirts, and they were all white. They were all white. And I'm just a walking Kmart. I mean, I'm not talking down, you know.
No, but that's mad funny.
I still made friends. I mean,
no, so check this out. Okay, this is on that kind of a point.
Yeah.
So I mean, I did have to go out of town, but it was like Payless shoes, right? So this is a real stuff right here.
Oh God, yeah, they don't have Payless either.
But we would go, I don't remember, somewhere close, hour and a half away, right, and go get the shoes.
Yeah.
But same thing, shoes are expensive. Me and my sister need to get a pair of shoes. Well, so anyway, my whole life, we always went there when they had BOGO, B-O-G-O. Always.
My God.
Okay, BOGO. Okay, but hold on. But check this out. So I'm not playing it. I'm being genuine. I sound stupid. I was. But what I'm saying is, I thought that was a Payless brand. I did not. I thought BOGO was. I didn't know it was buy one get one. No, I swear I did not.
You thought BOGO was a Payless brand?
The only time I seen BOGO was when we went to Payless. I'm dead serious. You could have made me press pause right now. Oh my gosh. I'm dead serious.
You thought BOGO?
I'm serious. But that's what I'm saying. Because we didn't.
I'm so glad that's on camera.
I know. That's why I had to put it. Because I'm dead serious.
I don't feel bad about my flag shirts anymore now.
That's what I said, bro. For real. I always thought that because they didn't have BOGO often at Kmart.
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm thinking like they had this other way. It was called Redemption or something. That was another Kmart brand.
Oh no, I know.
Route 66 jeans.
J-O-X.
Oh, the Jocks.
Oh God, I wish the Shacks could have came out sooner. Those were pretty decent.
That was Walmart though. That wasn't at Kmart, was it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness. Good times.
But see, yeah, so stuff
jeans
like that,
that fade by the third wash.
Yeah. But stuff like that. See, so now as a parent, especially, you know, I understand much more of what my parents went through, and why when I got home from school, you go take those school clothes off right now. I get it now. I get it, because I had a couple times my son over here like, I'm gonna go play soccer, and I'm like, ain't that the shirt I just bought you yesterday? Yeah, isn't it for school? Yeah. It's Saturday. You ain't even in school yet. How you wearing your parents? I want to go play soccer. Like, I'm about to. Okay, never. You know, like.
And freaking, oh gosh.
Well, that's kind of the kids in general, right?
But yeah, going back to school was always epic. But I always was excited.
You know, what about
how could you not be excited?
What about the end of school? My son was talking about this the other day. He says, yeah, you know, Dad, they cried.
I think I was excited more.
They cried, and my son's 9, right? So he goes, they cried when we left, and I was like, aren't we gonna see each other in 2 more months? And he goes, he said, we all have the same class, Dad.
That kid's woke already.
That kid's already. He listens to me talk and complain all day.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out already. You know, no, they don't get it by high school. You know, once you realize, like, shit, I've been around these people my whole life.
So like, speaking of something like that, what's something like you are proud, like real proud that you taught your kids already? Well, you know, it doesn't matter which one, but just, you know, already, like, man, I'm proud. You already know that, or you know what I mean? Like yeah.
Well, I wanted to teach Ariana how to change a tire, and the one time I got flat, I had Sam with me. Yeah. On the side of the freeway outside of Courtside, but. Shoot, man. I mean, outside of like just obviously being humble and, you know, I mean, that's like the one thing I've always tried to do is like, they better understand what they got is very, very worked for, and they've earned it. You know, Ariana's a straight A kid, so she earns. That's why she gets what she wants.
Yeah, straight up.
She has straight A's. The moment that got declines, so you know, and she has her daily chores.
Yeah, straight up.
But
you work for that. Yep.
I actually to just think independently. To not have to rely on anybody else. Not to say that in a bad way, because you're always going to have people that you can rely on. But to just, in the end, it's you. It's your decision. And I want to make sure I raise you well enough to make the right decisions.
Definitely.
You know, because I'm not going to be there. You know, and she's like, she always says, I know you're counting down the days that you kick me out. And I'm like, I just say that to mess with you.
Yeah. See, we were raised that way.
Yeah, because I was like, shit, man. I was like, I already had my deposit on my apartment down when I was 3 weeks before I was 18.
Ready.
And, you know, so, but that's what I taught her. I was like, you know what? I truly believe in my mind, I was self-independent in my brain since I was at least 11 or 12. I have clearly always done what I wanted to do, and nothing else has ever really teetered me either way. Life shit happens to everybody. Everybody has a sad story, but I've always still made a decision. I've always know what's right and wrong. That's it. Yeah. And that's what you gotta know. What's right, what's wrong, what you can do, what you can't do.
Just kind of take that
and I tell this to to a lot of people. As I was like, there's, the line. You never cross the line. I'm the master of dancing on the line. I was like, I've danced on the line, I've tiptoed, I've done backflips on that one, but I've never crossed the line. You don't cross the line. All right? I was like, you can have a freaking party on the line, but you do not cross it. You know, I was like, and that's just, she's like, what does that mean? I was like, it means don't do anything, and you end up in jail. Or you know, I was like, because if you become a felon, you can never get a federal or a state job. You know, I was like, she's like, I can't become a teacher. You can't become a teacher, you know?
You can get a state job.
You can as a felon?
As a felon, you can actually, for anybody that's a felon that's watching, you can get, it's PIA Industries. You can actually be in prison and in PIA, turn around and get hired, not at the same institution, but you can get hired at a different prison and be PIA free staff even after you were already an inmate. I found that out when I worked there. I thought that was very interesting because, right, not everybody is a career felon, criminal. Some people just made a messed up mistake when they were 18, 19. Yeah, right. I generally, that's not a, we can do a whole nother subject.
Did anybody else know?
They probably don't. I've told multiple people to do it. When I found out about it, I was very interested. Because it helps you go, oh my gosh,
I know people that are felons who think they can't do that.
I know. I told somebody the other day.
They're not wrong. They did nonviolent
PIA, or look it up as custodian, correctional. Like, those are the key words to look up. But PIA is what it's called, prison industry authorities. But straight up, that's why I first got hired. That's why I found out. Yeah, because straight up, not everybody is a terrible criminal, or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
They're gonna say, like,
everybody makes mistakes.
Stuff happens.
I just thought that was like.
But I agree. I always thought
you could like wait a certain period of time and then like get a lawyer and see if you can get it like scrubbed or something.
Even though you can do that, I'm not telling my kids to go ahead and be a felon. Yeah, I'm just saying, we was at a point. Yeah. It's awesome for all the other people that would do their issues, especially, you know, stuff like that, single fathers. You know, you might be, I didn't know I can do that. You know, you get benefits, you get dental, vision, you know, even with that program, you know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, so it's definitely beneficial. So, you know, but yeah, as far as kids go, so like with me, I'd say, like being, you know, proud of with my kids. With my daughter, I think my most proud thing is her, like, how I'm gonna date. It's the most challenging, but also the most proud thing is my daughter's real similar to me and her mom, you know, for sure. But in the sense of, she's her own person. Like, you can tell her, like, you know, oh, that doesn't look good or whatever. Yeah, but I like it. And I love that about her. Like, I just absolutely love it, because it was like, I got to that point at some point too. My dad always telling me about my haircut. I was like, well, I like it. And he's like, well, I respect that. And it's the same thing, you know, like, that's a proud thing with my daughter. Like, and so I think she's gonna take that on, you know, with other things all the time. She's not easily pressured. If she don't want to do it, she just straight up do it. Now, I used to say that all the time, right? You guys remember it? Like, oh, come on, come do that. Man, I ain't about to go. Man, you a punk. I'm a punk up in the AC chilling though. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't really care. Like, and the same thing, she's like, so that's a proud thing. My son, I have a son.
I know.
Well, like,
you're proud of, like, I mean, I used to always have people tell me, like, what? I was like, dude, that's who this guy is. I was like, I like it, because he's not like everybody else.
But I don't want
you guys all want to be the same people. You guys all want to have your, you know, the same hat, matching the same shoes, all the time, matching the same thing. You know, I was, you know, in like in an ungodly fashion way.
Yeah, all
like,
the time.
You know, we get it. You dedicate your life to your clothes.
And that's what I like about, like I said, my daughter's real similar like that. Just is who she is. You like, take it or leave it, you know. I mean, but, you know, there's other stuff that comes with that. You know, she doubts herself sometimes, just like as I did. Like, like you said, I'm trying to be different, but it's like, oh, man, was that a little too much? You know me, I'll be over there shining, like, not with jewelry, but like with some yellow shirt or something, like. But like with my son, right, there was a solid story, right? So way back, I got bullied like 10 to 12, somewhere around there. But anyway, like, you know, when them dudes just come up and bump you on your shoulder, just walk into you, bump, you know what I mean? So anyway, this kid was doing this for a little while, and I'm telling my dad, like, you know, and same thing I always say, my dad didn't really teach me how to fight, man. I would have whipped way more people. But anyway, like, so I'm telling my dad, and I'm like, I don't really want to fight him. You know? Yeah, maybe, but, you know. But anyway, so I'm telling my dad about it, and he just, I don't know, he kind of didn't really, kind of brushed it off a little bit. You know, it's like, oh, we'll do something about it. But anyway, the very next day, kid do it again with the shoulder. So I'm really good, like, I feel like I got ADHD or ADD, whatever it's called. Yeah. But it's like, I'm really good at figuring patterns out, right? So I'm picking this pattern, like, it's like, it's when he hears it. Just like a beat, right? Even better. I meant like music. But it's like, I'm like, okay, on this third time when he comes, because he's putting all his weight on me, I move out the way and he falls on his face, right? And this is when I was younger. And so he gets up and he's mad and whatever, nothing happens. We become friends, we're cool with it. But anyway, so I'm telling myself the same thing. And this is funny. We're going to bring something else up into this. But I'm telling him, I said, hey, you don't know what this little kid going through at home, man. Right? I'm like, he could be going through something real, you know, so maybe just talk to him a little bit, but this is what I'll do. Instead of just punching, because my son know how to box. So he's kind of like, you know, should I pop him, Dad? And I'm like, no, look.
Should I pop him?
Yeah, he's ready. Like, should I pop him? Like, I don't know what I should do. And I'm like, no, you know, something, you know, maybe just talk to him, see what's going on with him. You know, something could be going on at home. Yeah. But I was just like, if he do walk up on you, do that again. I told him what I did. I said, you just move. So sure enough, my son comes home, Dad. I'm curious. Oh, shoot, what happened to the bully? Yeah. He said, so yeah, I did what you said. And he falls on his face, just like you said. And I'm like, oh, so what happened? He said, oh, he got up mad. And I'm like, so what happened? He says, well, he got up mad, and I got in my fighting stance. He said, I put my hands up, and I started bobbing my head a little bit. And he said, and he just ran.
Crying.
And he said, yeah, dude, I was. That's how I was so around. And he's like, and he kind of ran at me, and he's like, and I did what you, because I always told him, when people rush you, just sidestep. Their face will come line and bam, right on that chin. So sure enough, but I told him, you know, if you don't have to hurt him, don't hurt him. So he's like, I just sidestep, and I just put my hands back because I didn't want to fight him, and he tripped over my leg again. I was like, what? But yeah, I was like, what are the chances?
Tripping people.
He did the same thing to his bully that I did to mine. And same thing later on, he was like, you know, my son said, he ended up talking to the kid, and yeah, like the kid's mom was like an alcoholic and went home every night and yelled at him and all this. They becoming friends, but that's, you know, he talked to him like, what's wrong? Why you know, I didn't do anything. But it was like that concept, right? And then it's like, right, like you're saying, when driving. I'm over here like, you don't know what people's been through. Wow. You got to treat them correctly.
Seems like we've got a lot of things to be proud of.
Yeah, definitely, right? And see, that's something definitely all of you guys can share, man. Share what you're proud of with your kids. What's a solid moment that you generally know they learned from you, that you know they witnessed you go through, and then when they had to go through whatever it was, you're like, yep, that was me. That's because of, you know.
That's because of me.
I want to hear those moments, you know.
Life's greatest accomplishment.
I want to hear those moments. Man, we almost every time, like I'm looking at the time on it right now, we're almost every time about the same exact moments, like 20-ish.
It's perfect.
It is, but I'm just like, that's interesting.
It's perfect.
It's interesting.
Because right about now, if I was listening, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm about to fucking put on, freaking Snoop Dogg.
I don't care if it's
I listen to other podcasts too, but I can't.
That's fun. I agree.
Listen to something for like that.
I had to ask a lot of people before we started this. I was like, generally like, who? I don't even know people that listen to podcasts. So I was like, I listen to audiobooks, but I was like, how long do you listen? And mostly everybody was like, about 30 minutes. And I was like, you really listen to a podcast for 30 minutes?
Famous people are like an hour.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I get it. If it's an interesting topic.
So like some people do want to listen to them for an hour.
Put up to it. Well, that's just like that. I try to keep it out.
Well, I like listening to that. There's a podcast with David Spade and Dana Carvey called Fly on the Wall, and I like listening to David Spade because of Emperor Cusco. It makes me feel like he's sitting there, like the llama's sitting there talking. Oh my God. It changes the whole thing for me. Groove. Yeah, because that was like secretly one of my favorite cartoon,
that was a solid movie.
Movies.
Oh my gosh.
So I listen to David Spade, and I'm like, all I hear is Emperor Cusco, and then that freaking llama suit, like, and I imagine him sitting there going, ha ha ha, stupid little laughing like stuff.
That is so perfect, dude. I gotta check that one out. What's it called?
What? Fly on the Wall.
Fly on the Wall.
Fly on the Wall.
YouTube?
Probably.
Hey man, we gotta tell y'all, man. We link up.
But anyways,
yeah, Fly on the Wall as a dad, you know.
I think we're about to ready to wrap this one up.
All right, you know.
Thank you for everybody. If you made it this far, if you didn't, then F you. No, I'm just
but I'm kind of upset. You kicking me out. I was still trying to talk. I had like 30 more subjects right now.
You did?
Well, you didn't want to do another hour and a half?
What you got?
I was just playing, man. I'm ready to go. I'm tired. I was up early. Had to go to work. I still finished dinner.
I'm just waiting to hear this.
Yeah, I'm ready to go too. I was just playing. I gotta go finish this food. I gotta put some, gotta make some taco shells. But
thank you everybody that listened and tuned in.
Yeah. Till next week. You know what it is. Hey, give us some topics. What do y'all want to hear, man? What do you want us to talk about? You already know. We'll keep it real with you. Keep it straight. Put it on the table. Let us know what you want. Leave some comments, some video comments especially would be appreciated. YouTube, check us out.
And I think actually our next one, are we gonna bring our kids on? Or like
we could do something like that. I don't know, man, because
are you ready for that?
Maybe when we get in a room or something. Maybe we'll see. Because I don't feel like hearing them right now.
No, something quick in and out.
Hey, hi, get out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even trying to. I'm not gonna. Hurry up! Shut up! I didn't say to talk about G.I. Joes. I said to talk about, I can feel it.
Oh, God.
All right, then, man.
All right, man. See you later.
Peace.